Next on Worcester News tonight, the flu is now widespread in Massachusetts, and urgent cares in the area say it's been busy. Plus, new restaurants are coming into Worcester, and owners say it's a great location to be in. But first, we begin with the weather and heavy rain moving into central Massachusetts this weekend. Good evening, I'm Brittany Schaefer. Friday brought sunny skies and above average January temperatures for the area, but Saturday will be a much different story. Let's send it over to meteorologist Pamela Gardner for a quick look at our local forecast.
You'll want to have your umbrella for Saturday. We're tracking a few showers early in the day, then another batch of rain in the evening. For the rest of tonight, though, we have a very subtle southwest wind and increasing clouds. The showers start to push into Worcester County between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. And then early morning, there's the potential for temperatures to be right around freezing and some light icing until we warm up in the afternoon. So isolated slick spots across the Worcester Hills and northern and eastern parts of Worcester County. This includes Gardner all the way up through Manchester, New Hampshire, if you happen to be traveling anywhere north of Worcester County too tomorrow. And we have the rain chance. Once we get rid of the icy conditions, temperatures will be in the 40s, then some light showers Saturday evening. We stay mild all weekend long. The wind direction comes from the northwest and it gets a little brisk Sunday night. Then we're tracking our next chance for a winter storm. If we could see any snow out of that one coming up.
The CDC says the flu is now considered widespread across the state. Here in central Massachusetts, urgent care say the number of cases are increasing and it isn't too late to get protected. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler.
Brittany, a nurse practitioner, says flu cases in the area have been low until December, but he expects they'll continue to increase over the next couple months, and some local urgent cares are already busy. The CDC says the flu virus is considered widespread in Massachusetts. Jufred Cologne is a nurse practitioner at Carewell Urgent Care. He says the number of patients they are seeing has gone up about 20% in the past month.
Going into January and February, it's getting colder. That's probably the contributing factor of that particular high in numbers of flu.
Cologne says so far this season isn't as serious as last year's. He says it also isn't too late to get the flu shot since this season seems to be coming later.
That'll put them on the low risk of getting a flu. And if they get a flu, I believe that they have a lesser symptoms.
Holy Trinity Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Worcester takes precautions to make sure their residents stay healthy. They're asking people who are sick to postpone visiting their loved ones.
Because this population is compromised medically at times, and you have new admissions that come in, they're more susceptible of catching something.
The center has vaccinated 99% of their residents and so far haven't had any confirmed flu cases.
Surprisingly, a lot of people that come in, they have been vaccinated already, but we still track it all the way to March 1st.
Cologne recommends anyone experiencing symptoms like fever, sore throat, and body aches should get tested for flu as soon as possible.
Some of this antiviral medication is not going to work after 48 hours. That means they're not as potent or as good as they are if you give them or started them within 48 hours of the symptoms.
Cologne says the best way to protect yourself from the virus is to get the flu shot. He recommends children and the elderly get the vaccine targeted to their age group. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A 56-year-old woman is in critical condition after being struck by a vehicle in Auburn Thursday night. According to police, she was using a walker to cross Sword Street when she was struck. The incident happened just after 8 p.m. Detective Sergeant Richard Mills says the victim was not in a crosswalk and she sustained a serious head and leg injury.
The person who was operating the motor vehicle stopped. He was actually the person that called 911, and he cooperated fully with all the investigators and the officers there. And it's just a set of unfortunate circumstances, really what it is.
The driver isn't facing any charges at this point. At last check, she is still in the hospital. Marijuana company Valley Green Grow Inc. went before a Massachusetts land judge Friday, arguing against a general bylaw in the town of Charlton. Charlton voters passed the bylaw prohibiting recreational marijuana in town last summer. Town voters had supported the state's ballot question 2 years ago. Today's hearing also comes after Charlton's planning board denied a proposal for a facility on Old Worcester Road. According to Valley Green Grow's attorney, the court took the matter under advisement, and a decision is expected prior to another town election in May. In the meantime, he says the company will continue to use its permits and approvals for the project. The facility was planned to take over Charlton Orchards at 44 Old Worcester Road. Wednesday, the planning board held a meeting on the issue, which lasted for more than 5 hours. The facility proposed by Valley Green Grove North Attleboro has been a hotly contested issue for months. Neighbors who live nearby say they're relieved to hear the town's rejection.
There's a lot of unanswered questions about it, and so as long as it's not here, then it's not going to be a problem.
Manufacturing doesn't belong next to residences because it has nuisance qualities like traffic, noise, odor, lighting.
Still the option of an appeal for Valley Green Grow, but they say they will be weighing their options before moving forward. Worcester's restaurant scene is growing. In the past year, several new spots have been opening in the city, and owners say it's great to see the entire restaurant scene thriving. Our Olivia Lemon is downtown now. She joins us live with the details. Olivia?
Brittany, some people may say competition is a bad thing, but many Worcester restaurants seem to think the more competitors, the better. All over Worcester, in the midst of what some are calling a renaissance.
I've been in the restaurant business my whole life, and I saw that this area was just becoming more of an up-and-coming area, and having the opportunity to come down here, especially while everything's going on, it really just kind of made sense.
Buck's Whiskey and Burger Bar opened on Green Street in April. Owner Nick Panarelli says so far, community response has been amazing.
Pretty much something for everybody, you know, a lot of comfort food, stuff like that, but mainly good quality food at an affordable price.
Panarelli says the competition of other restaurants doesn't bother him. He'd rather see the whole city thrive and bring more customers to the area in general.
I think it's keeping a lot of the local people here instead of wasting their time going out to Boston and really spending all that extra money as opposed to just being in their neighborhood and in their hometown.
The sole proprietor on Highland Street has long been a go-to spot. Owner Rob Alquist says the buzz about the growing restaurant scene is helping his 3 businesses.
For a while, when there were so few restaurants in Worcester, we had to work very hard to get people to come to Worcester and come to the restaurants. Now that there's more, a bit of a renaissance with restaurants, and they see that good restaurants can do well here, now they're excited to come in.
The Soul just celebrated 39 years in business last week. The restaurant is currently undergoing renovations. Alquist says it's in part to keep up with the competition.
If you're not reinventing yourself, then you're just falling behind. So you have to constantly be thinking of keeping up with what's going on.
City Manager Edward Augustus says vibrant cities have a lot of options, and new businesses also means more jobs for residents.
And all of those people are buying products, many of them locally sourced. They're supporting local farms and local dairies and local providers. So it's a virtuous cycle that's created.
And several new restaurants are expected to open this year. City Manager Edward Augustus says it shows the momentum the city has. Live in Worcester, Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
A Millbury woman is taking on the Winter Pan Mass Challenge. The indoor spin event raises money for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and for Tracy Bork, it's a cause close to her heart. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details. Rosalind?
Brittany, Tracy is a 3-year cancer survivor. She says cycling helped her to heal and now wants to give back. Tracy Burke found her love for cycling after being diagnosed with cancer.
For me, it just seems like cancer and cycling go hand in hand.
In 2015, the 49-year-old noticed a lump on her neck. She went for an ultrasound and biopsy and was diagnosed with stage 2B bulky Hodgkin's lymphoma. The news came as a total shock.
No one's in my family has ever had lymphoma. And it's kind of a weird thing for someone my age. Typically it's found in younger people or older people.
After enduring rounds of chemotherapy and radiation, she began cycling at her local gym. The 3-year cancer survivor is now giving back by participating in the PMC Winter Cycle, an indoor charitable spin event. All the money raised will go to Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, the place where she received treatment.
I know this is something that I really want to do. It really empowered me as a survivor to be able to give back to those doctors, and all the wonderful things I did is really, really super for me.
Burke says cycling really helped her to heal physically and mentally. She recently got certified to be an instructor at her gym. During the event, she is required to raise $250 an hour and is hoping to surpass it.
I always was like, why did I get cancer? And I honestly believe it was to show me how strong I am.
The event is Saturday, January 26th. You can visit wintercycle.org to donate. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Free ice skating is taking place at the Worcester Common Oval Ice Rink tonight with special guests making an appearance. The USA Luge team will be in attendance, meeting residents and performing a luge demonstration. The event is from 5 p.m. until 8. Ice skating on the oval runs through February 24th. The event is sponsored by St. Gobain. For the first time ever, the musical Finding Neverland is at the Hanover Theater in Worcester. Actor Jeff Sullivan says the show includes music, dancing, and acting. It's based on the character Peter Pan and is for all ages. Sullivan plays the character J.M. Barrie. The show is told through his perspective.
People who love Peter Pan, they come to see Peter Pan because the story is about make-believing, and the whole theme is you're never too old to play and never grow up. All those themes come together, so it's truly a story for all ages.
Shows run tonight through Sunday, and tickets can be bought online. Still